Medjugorje warning. A call to honor the elderly and prepare for the challenges ahead. Thank you for joining us today, and may the peace of Jesus be with you. We hope this message resonates deeply within your heart, guiding you through these uncertain times with faith and hope. As we navigate life's struggles and the global challenges facing us, we turn to the powerful, timeless messages of the Virgin Mary, whose wisdom continues to shed light on our path. The Virgin Mary's messages are more than just spiritual guidance. They are a beacon in a world overwhelmed by turmoil and confusion. In this piece, we explore 5 key lessons she offers, lessons that not only reflect the spiritual challenges of our time, but also provide a path for resilience, strength, and faith. Each lesson is a call to action, to face the darkness ahead with unwavering courage, especially as we consider one of her most urgent warnings: the critical role of our elders and the profound loss we may face if we neglect them. Mary's message places a special emphasis on the elderly, reminding us of their indispensable role as the spiritual and cultural custodians of our communities. Far from being past their prime, the elderly carry within them the treasure of wisdom born from decades of lived experiences. These are not merely tales of the past, they are lessons forged in the fires of personal sacrifice, faith, and survival. Their lives embody the virtues we often overlook: perseverance in times of hardship, love in the face of adversity, and the strength to carry on despite the storms of life. In today's fast-paced, youth-centric society, the elderly often find themselves pushed aside, their voices ignored. Yet, as Mary's message so poignantly reminds us, these are the very people who have walked through life's storms and emerged with treasures of faith and wisdom. They are the keepers of stories that connect us to our past, grounding us in a tradition that offers stability and guidance in times of uncertainty. To ignore them is to lose a vital link to the spiritual and historical threads that bind us together. It is essential that we do not allow these invaluable sources of wisdom to fade into the background. Instead, we are called to honor them, to listen to their stories, and to learn from their experiences. As we do, we gain not only knowledge, but strength to face the future with faith, courage, and resilience. But the Virgin Mary also gives us a sobering warning about the future. She speaks of natural disasters, social upheaval, and a growing spiritual darkness that may overtake the world. In such times, it is easy to feel fear, uncertainty, and helplessness. Yet, Mary urges us not to succumb to these emotions. Instead, we are called to prepare ourselves, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, for the challenges that lie ahead. This preparation is not about stockpiling material goods or retreating from the world. It is about deepening our relationship with God, strengthening our faith, and building communities of support where love, compassion, and wisdom can flourish. As we brace for the storms ahead, we are reminded that God has already equipped us with everything we need to endure. The Virgin Mary's call is not just for us to survive, but to thrive, even in the face of adversity. In this age of rapid technological advancement, it's easy to get lost in the rush of modern life. But the Virgin Mary's message urges us to slow down, to reconnect with the values that truly matter, and to listen to the wisdom that has been passed down through generations. This is how we prepare, not just for the trials we may face, but for the deeper spiritual journey that awaits each of us. So, as you continue this journey with us, we invite you to reflect on these lessons and take them to heart. Let the wisdom of the elderly inspire you, and let the Virgin Mary's message guide you toward a life of faith, preparation, and resilience. As we face an uncertain future, let us hold fast to the knowledge that we are not alone. God's providence has been with us throughout history, and it will carry us through whatever challenges lie ahead. In today's rapidly changing world, developing a strong spiritual foundation is just as essential as being physically prepared for challenges ahead. The Virgin Mary calls us to recognize that prayer, repentance, and unwavering faith are the true pillars that will help us stand firm in difficult times. Through this deep spiritual grounding, we seek refuge in God's love, which fortifies us against life's trials. It is through this divine connection that we gain the strength to overcome even the most daunting of obstacles. The Virgin Mary assures us that those who hold fast to their faith will experience a profound sense of security, an inner peace that shields us from the chaos and negativity that threaten to consume our hearts. While it may be impossible to guard ourselves fully against physical trials, it is through spiritual preparation that we can find stability and hope. With our hearts centered on God, we can face adversity with courage, knowing that His love is unwavering and ever present. Central to the Virgin Mary's message is the transformative power of prayer, especially the Rosary. She emphasizes that the Rosary is not just a prayer, but a potent spiritual weapon, a shield that protects us from life's challenges when prayed with deep faith. Each prayer, each mystery contemplated, creates a divine atmosphere, inviting God's intervention to bring peace and clarity into our lives. The Rosary calls on God to transform our troubles and provides a calming refuge for our hearts, filling us with strength when we need it most. In times of uncertainty, prayer is our greatest safeguard. The Virgin Mary encourages families to unite in prayer, particularly through the Rosary, to cultivate deeper personal faith, love, and unity. In a world where spiritual values are often overlooked, prayer becomes an act of resistance, a way to draw closer to God and one another. When families come together in prayer, especially through the Rosary, they build spiritual bonds that shield them from external pressures and distractions. The Virgin Mary promises that those who pray the Rosary with sincerity will be blessed and protected. Their homes will be shielded, and they will receive divine guidance. In addition to protection, the Virgin Mary calls us back to the foundational spiritual values that are being eroded in modern society. Our culture often places more importance on fleeting pleasures and material pursuits, which distract us from the eternal truths that nourish our souls. The Virgin Mary urges us to look within and reflect on the true desires of our hearts. Do we long for the light of divine truth, or are we consumed by the temporary things of this world? Her message invites us to examine the examples of true discipleship, those who have put humility, love, and selflessness above the pursuit of fame or wealth. These saints and devoted followers of Christ show us that love is not merely spoken. It is lived through acts of service, compassion, and sacrifice. The Virgin Mary calls us to embrace these virtues in our own lives, offering ourselves in humble service to others and to God. In doing so, we open ourselves to the divine grace that leads us to peace, joy, and eternal fulfillment. It is our divine responsibility to cultivate and nurture true love throughout our lives. Returning to the spiritual foundations laid before us helps us rediscover our ultimate calling, bringing us a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. Christ's teachings stand as a constant reminder of the importance of chastity, genuine love, and living a life grounded in moral integrity, compassion, and selflessness. The Virgin Mary, in her wisdom, urges us to turn our hearts and minds toward God, encouraging us to distance ourselves from the distractions of the world that can so easily pull us away from our spiritual journey. A powerful call to conversion resounds in her words because it is through Christ that we can once again find peace, having our spirits renewed. The Virgin Mary reminds us that this is the time to return to the essence of our faith, to seek a deep connection with God, and to embrace the divine peace He offers. In her message, Mary also underscores the vital importance of family unity as a refuge during times of turmoil. She specifically calls attention to the elderly, those among us who are often the most vulnerable and overlooked in society. Loving and supporting our elders is not just an act of kindness, it is an act of service to Christ Himself, who resides within them. Jesus understands their pain, their worries, and He never abandons them. It is our duty as children and grandchildren to honor them with our love, time, and care. Mary reassures us that families who unite in prayer and extend respect and care toward their elderly members will be blessed. This unity will act as a shield against harm, and the love that binds these families together will only grow stronger. When fear and uncertainty surround us, it is within the family that we find strength and refuge, a place of safety and support. The Virgin Mary's message is an urgent call to prayer, conversion, and strengthening of family bonds. While she forewarns of challenges and difficulties ahead, she also offers a message of comfort. Those who cling to their faith and trust in God's love will be guided and protected. She calls us to return to our spiritual roots, to honor our elders, and to believe in the power of prayer, especially through the Rosary. This is a time of both suffering and reflection, a time to seek repentance, fortify our family relationships, and deepen our trust in God. It is a moment to embrace the transformative power of prayer, which has the ability to heal, protect, and guide us. The Virgin Mary walks with us, offering her maternal love and protection. She invites us to place our trust in her Son, Jesus, the ultimate source of courage, security, and peace. Let us heed her call and prepare ourselves spiritually and emotionally for the challenges that lie ahead. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Your participation brings depth and significance to our exploration. May the shared experiences of our lives continue to inspire hope and strength in the days to come.